Breaking news, guys. This just in. Small YouTuber who looks like other famous people and gets called everything but his real name keeps his word. I did the Earth 2 video a while back and I said I would do a deep dive. I think I said at 20 likes I would do a deep dive on the devs, and it managed to hit 20 likes. Took a while. Not a popular video. Didn't get the 250,000 views that more negative people than me typically get, but we're gonna keep our word and dive into it. So consider supporting and subscribing and all that stuff, or don't, or just go support the people that don't really need it. That's fine too. Or actually, it's not fine. It's sarcastic. Why is everyone getting into this flipping metaverse so much? Honestly, okay. Well, obviously they just want to make money. They don't really care about anything other than making money. That's the whole goal. Um, but why? What is the point? Is it to have fun? Is it to be useful? Is it um is it so underage kids can grope digital people in digital mills and stuff? That seems to be the actual real point. Good job, Mark Zuckerberg. You're really getting that going for us. All right, let's take a moment and just define an MLM, because in my last video I claimed basically that this was an MLM because it was. All right, so off the top of my head, MLM. Basically, it's like a company or a setup that serves no actual value. There's no real thing it does that's useful to anybody. It's like, oh, you can look at the Earth. All right, cool. You can already do that. There's already Google Earth. You can go look at it in high detail for free anytime you want. So this is already done better. Oh, but what? They offer more than that? No, they don't. They offer less, a lot less. Sure, you can still get images of the work of it, but really what's going on here is people are buying in, hoping that other people buy in so that they can make money later, which is exactly what an MLM is. You convince people to buy in so you can convince other people to buy in so you can get payoffs for what you bought in at, but there's no actual thing, there's no actual usefulness, right? Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't worry, I'll be here. We'll all be here waiting for you guys to figure that out. You can maybe explain it as good as way more popular people than me can. Like Ice Poseidon. He knows exactly what a MLM isn't. He's pretty good. He scammed people for what, a lot recently. That was some pretty interesting negative news. So it's the thing is, the masses are really dumb. All right. There's no way getting around that. And normally I'm not the type of channel that talks about this stuff. You might have figured that out, but I'm kind of at a loss lately. This channel's not making any money. There's no way it's going to support me unless I jump on the bandwagon and get really critical of these terrible people, because that's basically the thing that gets views these days. No one cares if I can teach you actual skills. No one cares if I bring actual usefulness in general. That only makes me like literally 20, 30 bucks a month. But if I can do stuff like this, well, I guess this video is probably useful because I'm at least calling people out. But it's gonna create a little more controversy and stuff, and that's what makes money these days. Controversy, right? Yeah, controversy. Just go look at any of the big channels that react to stuff and give controversial takes. They're all doing great. Probably most of them are beyond multimillionaire by now. Anyway, getting a little off topic. All right, so let's. I think I've summarized this already. You get it. It's an MLM. Are you still going to buy in? Well, apparently people still are. So what do you actually do on this? Nothing. You still do nothing. There's like little fake claims of things, like you can get gems to help get resources, and the resources do nothing. It's hilarious. It's just a hilarious system that for some reason is kind of working. Wow. All right. So the real question I want to answer here, like as a coder, as a developer myself, is this actually possible? Is it possible to recreate the Earth? And the simple answer is, yeah, it's actually quite easy. We already have all the height maps of the Earth, so you can take any little section, grab that height map, stick it in a 3D generator thing, check what terrain it is, generate terrain for whatever that is, plop in some generic buildings, and sure, it's going to be low detail and not very great, but actually that's really easy to do. The data is already out there to do it, so why don't they just do it? I don't know. Yeah, you guys could just do that. If That's like the really obvious thing to do, okay? And then you just make that editable, let people dig, let people give them a little build system. You know, most people that are experienced game developers could whip up that system probably pretty quickly, at least at a small scale. So why can't Earth 2 do it with a big team and millions of dollars and all these companies with millions of dollars? Why can't they manage to make anything other than a grope simulator? I don't know. Because I think big companies misuse and misplace money. Look at all the content I've created on this channel with basically nothing. Yeah, scale that up. I could, I say, well, we could do amazing things if we had actual funding. But, I'm not asking for funding. I don't have a big thing out there that says, hey, you must fund this because you're gonna get, yeah, you can help if you want. I got tiers out there. I'm not a fan of the whole scam thing. As a person that has in my younger years been scammed a few times. I dislike it so much. And I had half decent parents. They raised me in a way that I was trained to be honest. Things like that. I made my mistakes. I learned from them. I found out, at a young age that stealing and lying and trying to get away with stuff like that doesn't really serve you well. But then I get older and I kind of find out that whoa, most of the people that do this terrible stuff are actually doing quite well. Grats, Ice Poseidon. Nice job. Nice job. Uh, yeah, you name it. Go find a terrible person that you know is terrible, like publicly, and check out their net worth. It's insane. Being a terrible person is quite profitable, and probably the reason why most of us won't make it, because most people out there are pretty decent. So we're all just kind of stuck doing the hard labor, doing the crappy day jobs and getting paid the minimum. Meanwhile, everyone is scamming us. So the real answer here is to support the good people and stop falling for scams. All right, it's really that simple. But it's often hard to tell scams because these people are often pretty charming. So I don't know. Maybe you find me charming or not. I'm not trying to be charming. I'm just spitting it like it is because I'm actually kind of frustrated and annoyed. So I don't know if you like that. You like that. That's fine. But could always use more support. Uh, yeah. Okay, I don't want to make this about me. All right, so I did say I would look at the developers. Let's see if we can find the developers about us, our ideology. Yeah, we already know. Let's make Ready Player One. That's not going to happen. I mean, you could literally do what I said, and it would be great. You can get the terrain map and get the terrain type and just populate that out somewhat randomly. It's not going to be an exact copy of the Earth. Maybe they're too set on it being perfect and they're trying to make an exact copy. That's not possible. It's well, if it is, it's way too long. It's going to be way too long to develop that. You gotta randomize it. So yeah, I guess I'm doing more work than all your team has probably done ever just by saying those few obvious things. Earth 2, but you guys have already kind of proven that you don't really listen to criticism. You just in it for the big monies, in it for people buying in and then other people rebuying in. And is there a plan to make an actual game? You can definitely come up with something with that money. Heck, you throw me like I don't know a small chunk of that. Throw me 10K, and I could generate you a playable demo. I'm sure, based on what I just said. Whatever. Just hypothesizing. Obviously, it wouldn't take that much. Could probably, if you really got creative, you could with a couple other good people, you could probably do it in a couple days for essentially nothing but your time. All the tools are already out there. All the data is already free. I'm just making a point. All right, let's check out the team. The team has been changing a little bit. Okay, we got Shane Isaac, the founder. Oh my God, do I really need to? I did say I would deep dive on him. There was that one kid that was the whatever the known scammer kid. I think they eventually fired him, but they did stick up for him for a while. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of this just screams they don't know what they're doing. All right, these guys all have LinkedIn profiles. Now, I don't support bashing or harassing anyone. Obviously, I need to say that. People always need to say that. It's common sense, but I've learned from many comments I get in general that most people don't have common sense. Well, I take that back. A lot of people don't. Most people actually do. Majority of your comments, great. But every once in a while, I get like a comment that I'm just like, what? You realize that makes no sense? Anyway, uh, let's look at Shane Isaac. I guess, he's the big dog. I gotta join LinkedIn. I don't want to join LinkedIn right now. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, you saw my emails. I don't care. One of them's the channel one, the other one's my semi-personal one, but I also use it for business, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get signed in here and check out a few things. All right, now here's the profile. So to be clear here, there's nothing actually to get out of a LinkedIn profile. You can basically put whatever you want on your LinkedIn profile, and you can say whatever you want. There's no proof that any of the things you mention on here are actually true. Um, I actually deleted my profile once and then I remade it, so I kind of lost all my old stuff. But all my old stuff was not even like hardly real. I had like a bunch of credentials that I didn't even know I had on here because people were like, they would know me and they would just want to support me. So they would say, hey, this guy's really good at this and this and this. And I would look at the person saying that and I'm like, you've never seen me do that. You have no idea if I'm actually good at that. So people just like kind of give you qualifications just to try to support you socially, but they don't actually know if you're good about it. That's like the general experience I've had with LinkedIn. And I don't know how they're going to correct that. But so it's more like are you socially accepted? It has nothing to do with skill hardly. That's what LinkedIn is, and that's what every other social media is these days. And typically, why I personally don't really like them is they're just you just get a bunch of fake info about people. It's like, is this person socially accepted? That's it. I don't care. I care if you're interesting. I care if you have good ideas. I care if you actually know what you're talking about. I don't care if you're socially accepted. That's I'm not that type of person. I know. I'm kind of out there as far as that goes, but I think social media is kind of a big scam, and I'm not a big fan of scams. Anyway, another side rant there. Um, what do we even say? Oh, Shane Isaacs. Okay, let's. Um, last post 2 months ago. I mean, we see his past experience, but is it even real? He had a managing director of a social media company, and then chief CEO of Earth 2. Okay, skills, entrepreneurship, programming, business development, but mainly entrepreneurship. So a serial business creator. You know, you got to create a lot of businesses for to get one to stick. And this one didn't necessarily stick, but it's definitely making them a lot of money because the MLM factor is real, and really people keep buying in. Why? Well, defer to some of my previous statements, but yeah, I don't want to say he's a bad CEO or anything. I don't really know, to be honest, but I don't if your main thing's not programming, you're not a very good programmer. And I don't say that to like bash anybody. It's just that uh, the reality is programming is incredibly hard. You can do basic stuff. You can follow tutorials. You can code a website. You can get little things going here and there. But if you're doing like a real big project as a programmer, it needs to be your main thing because it takes a lot of time to get things right. And just it's not an easy thing that you can say, I'm secondary a programmer and then you can rely on me as a programmer. You can't really rely on someone whose secondary skill is a programmer to be a programmer. You might be able to rely on them for little things like to get little samples working or little demos working, but any real big reliable project isn't going to happen from somebody that's not uh, a main job programmer. I'm kind of wording that strangely, but you probably get the point. So Shane Isaac will say, okay, fine, he's the CEO, but does he really have any um, stake, or does he really have the ability to create the metaverse? He maybe with his entrepreneurial skills has the ability to hire people that can, but he himself, based on him not being main programmer, I think no. All right, next guy, we got Marco Stano, acting, gameplay, concept, and design. There is no gameplay in design. It's just like a map. So what does this guy do? All right. Uh, I don't know. Once again, you know, big grain of salt with this whole LinkedIn thing, because yeah, I already said. There's a lot of things I'm not going to go into. Like Wolfgang walked, he walked from the team already. We're not going to really address that, but apparently, well, I guess we will address it slightly. But I don't know. I'm not digging into that specifically, but I'll just say that a lot of the other people I was watching and listening to, they kind of said that he was one of the the big guys that could maybe actually get this done, and he walked away from the project, which maybe tells you something. I don't know. You can go into that if you want to. All right. So I don't know hardly what to say about this guy. I don't know really anything about him, but he's got some experience. He's been at Earth 2 for a year and 2 months. All right, it's a somewhat. Usually, it takes about a year to really get fully acclimated with your job. And it's about the year where you really hit your stride. Usually, I mean, it's different for every job, for different people, different jobs, but it takes around a year to get to the point where like you can truly get stuff done. There's just a lot of learning that needs to be done before you can start taking charge and get that seniority and stuff like that. Usually, mathematics and programming tutor, Air Force officer, and then to okay. So he's some kind of Bachelor of Applied Science, probably pretty good at math, and then went on to get junior game designing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. He seems like he's still young in his career. I don't want to make any huge assumptions here, but just to be, I don't know, to give it like a final review, I don't think that he's going to be able to create the metaverse. So, but there's more than one person. All right. We got a senior consultant, Florian something. Bone? You say that? Bone? Get boned. All right. A little off topic. All right. Enthusiastic people manager and leader. Okay. So he's probably, yeah, he's been here, operations manager for Earth 2, nothing to do with programming, investment director, CEO. All right, so he's just making sure it makes money, probably. All right, he's probably doing great because it seems to be continuing, and their company's making money. The people that are buying in, are they making money? Oh, maybe if they're really lucky, but probably not. All right, well, I did promise to do this video, so once again, I'm delivering. Please smash like stuff. Please. All right. Mark Bennett, tech and media executive advisor and investor. Once again, I don't know here. Probably just making sure they're making money. There's probably good money. MLMs that are successful make way too much money. So there's probably plenty of money to pay these people. Lead technical artist. Let's see. Farron Galvin. Okay. I don't know. Lead technical artist. Where's the art? Oh, this is the drone guy. So I guess they're trying to like, uh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, honestly. Yeah, he made drone, then he became the technical artist. So what's going on here? Why can't you bring in a hype map and have some stuff happen on it? I don't know. I don't know. Get together, Farron. I don't know about Farron, honestly. Drone seemed like a cool game. I don't want to bash him too much. All right. Oh, Oleg Kalis something. CTO, Ruby, Rails, Elixir, Reactor. Okay, so he's probably working on their website a lot with his Ruby and Rails. It's all website stuff. All right, so that's cool. Um, what else happened? I don't know. Is this the guy that left for a different of our cryptocurrency startup? I don't know. This is a cryptocurrency guy, so he's probably involved in who knows what. Uh, I don't think he's gonna be so far there's only been like one actual person who could like make what's Earth 2 is supposed to turn into happen potentially, and that's Farron. Everyone else is just like crypto, make sure we make money, finance, investing. So this is so far this is not a game really at all. It's way just based on who we've seen so far, way leaning towards just making sure they make money, which it's not a bad thing. You want your game to make money, but or your pro, your yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I don't see how this works towards their final goal of Ready Player One. All right, Devops Architecture. Um, he went from webmaster to senior dev to lead developer to DevOps Architecture. Yeah, I don't really know. It's more of a sysadmin thing, so it's hard to really say. It doesn't sound like he's involved in gameplay or getting any of that going. Probably just works on the web stuff something with that. We got this guy who's he's not on LinkedIn, or any of those sites, this tells me that this guy is really smart. This is probably one of the main guys they need to make sure they keep if they want things to be successful. Because I think not being on LinkedIn is really smart if you're a programmer. Honestly, LinkedIn is, uh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that, but LinkedIn, it's just kind of a waste of time. If you really, your main thing's like being a good programmer, spending any amount of time on LinkedIn is just not going to help you at all. And we got some others that aren't on there, so this kind of tells me they're making some potential good choices, but it's also hard to know for sure. I'm just guessing there. Yep, a couple other guys, senior game developer, senior game. Okay, look at this. All the game developers are not on LinkedIn. You know why? Because they probably have actual skills. And given that Earth 2 probably has the money to hire them, maybe they're getting somewhere. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. All right, and we got Jacob, Robbie. Oh, these guys have the same name. Is it Robbie? I don't know, but they might be brothers or something. I'm not sure. But he actually is on here, so I guess he worked on drone. The other guy probably worked on drone too. So the whole drone team maybe came over. All right, we got Benny Paulos, this senior financial accountant, and he has deleted his LinkedIn profile. No longer exists. Either that or they just have a bad link. But yeah, he was probably getting harassed or something. He's got that business professional look, like he might actually know how to properly scam people. Steve Bennett, Mapbox Guru. Okay, so that's the whole thing that you buy tiles with. I think he probably works on that. I mean, that system seems to be working pretty well overall. You can like buy the tiles and they work pretty good. So I would assume Steve Bennett's doing pretty good there and putting in some good work. Security officer, Dunk. Okay. Man, I'm going to butcher so many names. It's just ZZZ. All right. Well, I like this because security officer, and he's got kind of a scary thing. Like he's going to put you to sleep if you mess with him. All right, let's not mess with him. I'm scared. Don't come at me. Omar Rahim. All right. Invested in crypto pre-seed. All right, just all about that making money with the crypto again. Once again, we're seeing a lot of that. All right, Dylan Sayo, entrepreneur, investor, tech enthusiast, VR pioneer, proactive, energetic, approachable, analytic, and goal driven. Okay, that's a strange about. Doesn't tell me anything about you other than you're trying to look that way. But what are you really? All right. I don't really know what to say about this guy. Yeah, honestly, maybe I really don't know what to say. So advisory. He's an advisor. All right. We got Mustafa, technical advisor or technical director. What did it say? Technical advisor here, but on LinkedIn he's a technical director, veteran in computer games technology, middleware, software development. Middleware. Ooh, no one likes middleware. Activity. Great job, Tim. Okay, okay. Technical director at Mohawk Games, director of engineering, Big Huge Games, senior development manager at Autodesk, lead programmer at Fire Access Games. This is probably the most technical, the best thing. Yeah, Civilization 4. Uh, is this all true? I don't know. I guess. But yeah, this guy might actually be highly intelligent and capable, as far as I know. Elizabeth M's community manager. All right. Yeah, it's. I don't know if there's much to say about her. She probably really has nothing to do with the company. Just kind of hired to answer messages and that sort of thing. Kieran Edwards. Let's check this guy out. I'm sorry if I'm butchering names. Lead quality assurance engineer at Pure Gem. Okay, wait, but he's a community manager. Quality assurance at Pure Gym for 6 years. Yeah, he doesn't even mention Earth 2 on his LinkedIn. Maybe he's terrified to or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a black mark on your resume at this point. It's possible. Owner at Squeeze Creative, Satiri something. Hasn't posted lately. don't know really what to say about this guy. Bachelor of Arts, graphic design. So probably just helps. Okay, UI UX design. Okay, that makes sense. But nothing, not a whole lot to do with whether it's successful or not. It probably just works on the web page. Maybe works on a little bit of the game stuff, the front end. But there's they gotta have some game stuff to show for the to really mean anything. So hard to tell. All right, let's check out Zedin, however you say his name. Game designer, producer. All right. Uh, Makes indie adventure games and stuff. All right, cool. And that's cool and all. A lot of these people don't mention Earth 2 on here. So maybe they were just short-term consultants, or maybe like when they need someone to come in, they give them a call and say, "Hey, can you work for like a week or a month?" I don't really know. So it's hard to tell. But there's definitely like a lot of these people don't seem to actually like work here full time. They might just be somewhat associated or being hired as contractors or something like that. It's kind of hard to tell, but their development team is quite small for what they're doing. I mean, they got Marco Stano, and they got these guys without LinkedIn profiles, very wise, and a couple others, but not a whole lot really for game play stuff for what they're trying to do. They definitely need a bigger team. I can't really speak on how they're organized within the company because I have no idea. But yeah, I think they need to get their minimum viable product out if they really want to make any sort of impact. I say that, but they seem to be doing fine with just the crypto stuff. So, all right, there, I did it. I deep dived on the devs as much as I could in a quick format. So this is just going to come out as a bonus weekend video. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Go Foil out.